In this video, we'll explore various personality types that mentors may encounter among their mentees, and further how to effectively support and adapt their mentoring approach accordingly. The video will provide practical strategies for building rapport and establishing effective communication with different personality types. Now let's dive into some scenario-based situations to help you learn. Let's look into personality type 1, the introverted mentee. Now let's look at the scenario. Your mentee is shy and does not speak often or contribute to your conversations. She may also delay making decisions and taking action. Let's meet the mentor. Our mentor is Jane, and she is the vice president of a marketing firm. This is her mentee, Alicia. She is in grade 10 and one day wants to start her own business. She said she was introverted, creative, and logical in her GEM application. They decided to meet at a coffee shop in town for their first meeting.
Hi, my name's Jane and I'm so excited to meet you and talk about all your goals. I'm the vice president of my own marketing company and I absolutely love it, but that's enough about me. Let's talk about you and what we want to accomplish this year.
Alicia is an introvert, and introverts generally direct inwards toward their own feelings and thoughts. How can Jane meet Alicia where she is at? So here's the strategy or the solution. Get to know your mentee. Start with some simple conversation starters like, where did you get your bracelet? When engaging with an introvert, it's best to start with some more informal, easygoing questions before jumping right into bigger questions. Second, when asking a question, give them time to think before answering or acting. Introverts need time to process information and like to do so in a calm setting. They often process with themselves first before sharing thoughts with others. Introverts can also reduce their engagement if they feel overwhelmed. It's important for mentors working with introverts to take it slow and also to have structure in their meetings/conversations. Introverts tend to feel good about engaging and are more likely to contribute to discussions if there is structure involved instead of randomness. It's also incredibly important to create a calm and safe environment for them to share. Also know that sometimes the silence that you have in a conversation is completely okay, even though it may feel like they're not responsive or they're not engaged.
So what are your goals this year? You know what, that's okay. Why don't you think about it, and next time we meet, we can talk about it. Does that sound good?
Lastly, introverted mentees tend to see how qualified and successful their mentees are, and though they may be super excited internally, they may not know how to communicate that excitement externally. Since they don't know what to say, they may say nothing at all. That's why it's important to remain patient and open with this personality type, and you will eventually see her coming out of her shell on her own time. Let's look at personality type 2, the non-responsive mentee. In this scenario, your mentee has not responded to your emails and your texts after reaching out several times. Let's meet the mentor and the mentee. Our mentor is Sally, and the mentee is Jenna. It's January. They've met regularly since September, but never set an expectation on how often or when they will meet. Jenna took the initiative right away, and Sally thought that they did not need to have a formal discussion. Jenna has her final grade 12 exams this month and had to pick up an extra shift at work because her car had car issues this month. She didn't get to tell her mentor about this and missed their meeting in January. Sally is concerned that she hasn't heard from Jenna. Sally sent an email asking why Jenna has not responded to their meeting, but sent a message saying, sorry, didn't make it, we'll schedule later. It is now February, and Sally has not heard from Jenna. What should she do? Let's look at some strategies in this scenario. First, set clear expectations from the beginning. We encourage you to have an honest discussion about expectations and what preferred method and frequency of communication in order to establish comfort levels and set clear boundaries from the beginning. In this scenario, no clear expectations were set beforehand. Second, be flexible and patient with your mentee. Understanding the background of your mentee and what they're going through in their life, school, volunteering, part-time, jobs, etc. will be helpful to know as you build your relationship and navigate the flow of what works best for you both. It's important to note that many mentees may have never engaged in a formal mentorship relationship before, and they may still be getting familiar with how to communicate, proper etiquette in responding to messages and emails. This may be a good opportunity to teach them about how to be responsible in responding and using proper work etiquette. Mentors also tend to blame themselves if their mentees are not communicating back with them. There may be several unknown reasons as to why they have not responded, and some of those may be not in your control. We encourage you to stay open and understanding and not take blame or see it as a poor reflection of you as a mentor. If you have tried to reach out several times and still have not heard back from your mentee in over a month, please reach out to our GEM program mentor lead, Janet at girlsementorship.com for support. We are here to work together on navigating these scenarios. Now, let's look at personality type 3, the overachieving mentee. The scenario is your mentee is very enthusiastic, but pushes the boundaries of what is expected in a mentee/mentor relationship. So meet our mentor and mentee. Mentee Sheena, who is very enthusiastic about her mentor and is asking to do meetings and calls with her mentor that is more than expected. The mentor Olivia is flattered, but also has a very busy schedule. Olivia and Sheena had a great start to their mentorship. During their first few meetings, they had so much to talk about that their meeting lasted over 2 hours. Last month, Olivia was assigned a big project at her firm and does not have any extra time to spare. Since Olivia and Sheena had such a good time at their first meeting, they forgot to set goals for Sheena and talk about expectations. Olivia does not want to damage the relationship they built by telling her no, but does not have the capacity to reply to Sheena. Now, let's look at some strategies and solutions. First thing is to stick to your curriculum as a structured guide for your mentee. By guiding your mentor to the curriculum, they know what each meeting will be about and will allow them to prepare beforehand and guide the conversation. Second, stick to realistic expectations. Reflect on what you can provide beforehand as a mentor. Too much ambiguity is not recommended for an overachieving mentee. If they tend to take this as a sign to ask as many questions as they'd like or have long open-ended conversations, that can last a very long time. Mentors are to set appropriate boundaries for themselves in the mentoring relationship. Set realistic expectations from the beginning and communicate with your mentor about what you are capable of taking on based on your schedule and your skill set. Make note that you enjoy seeing her enthusiasm and you will do your very best to offer her guidance and assistance in what she needs. During your meetings together, stay organized and try to prioritize what is important to cover so you both maximize your time together and work efficiently towards mentee goals. Do not feel bad about setting boundaries. Bring it back to professional skills. By setting goals and boundaries, you're helping your mentee learn about the skills that they will need in the workforce. We hope this module on navigating different personalities was helpful for you.